47 years, the Vikings go back to Buffalo for the game of the season, Myles. I mean, really, you just know it when you're experiencing it. And I don't remember one like this where there were so many crazy moments. I joked last night we're going to spend the whole show talking about the game, and maybe we will. We could. We could.
Yes, we absolutely could. Although I don't know why you've did the Men in Black come to you and just zap Rams Chiefs from your mind from 2018? Because that really was not that long ago. And frankly, that game had more topsy-turvy moments over the course of 4 quarters than that one did.
Fine. I mean, and it was prime time, shared experience. We knew everybody was watching it. Fine.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes. Exactly. So, I mean, you're like, game of the year, game of the decade, maybe game of the century. It's like, bro, this Rams Chiefs game just happened.
Well, wait a minute.
Pump the brakes a little bit, Mr. Vikings fan who packed his jersey over there.
It is a different year. It is a different decade. So, shove your effing calendar.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to say different decade, all right, that's fine. Yes, yeah, great. Well, the Packers cheese is no longer lodged up there. So, the Cowboys had a little something to do with evacuating that. I guess the Packers took a laxative or something.
Yes. Thank you very much. Enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah, there's that image for you. Mm-hmm.
So, it still was just bizarre.
No, it was a phenomenal game.
It was bizarre with, a team that's down 17 points, and you throw in everything that's happened in advance of that. A stream of games where the Vikings were in a fight late, whether they're up and they blow a lead and they have to pull it back, or they're down, like last week, down 10 points in the fourth quarter and had to pull a rabbit out of their hat and or butt. And yesterday, it was lost cause time. It was 27-10. Then it's 27-17. Mm-hmm. The Bills are driving. They go for it on 4th and goal and
4th and 2, I think.
Well, 4th and something inside the 10. 4th and short. And they go for it instead of kicking the field goal to go up 13. Now, maybe you missed the field goal. It's a little windy, but still you're up 13 instead of 14, and you got to be a little nervous. But of course, in hindsight, they should have taken the 3. Patrick Peterson makes the interception. And it's funny because I was surprised he ran it out. And he explained to me after the game the thought process, because the flow of the play was to the other side. He thought it would just be him and maybe 1 or 2 others. And then he hit the 30-yard line. He just ran out of gas because it was a long drive. And he said, basically, I'm old. So, I can relate. But that was the moment that it was kind of like, well, this is interesting. But even then, they were down 10. Even then, they had to make another stop and make something happen. So even after punching in to make it 27-23 because the extra point was missed, which kind of helped set the stage for the nuttiness to come, they had to get the ball back and they had to do that thing. And really the moment that it became what is this game? This game is bananas, was the Justin Jefferson. Now, we saw a great one-handed catch from Stephon Diggs yesterday. Spectacular. Yes. That was one of those oh boy, this team isn't going to lose today. When Stephon Diggs is, extending one-armed and that ball hits that glove and he pulls it down, it's like, man, that's a team that is locked in, and Diggs is getting his revenge against the Vikings. And then I still don't know what I saw with the Justin Jefferson catch. I don't know what that was. And the still frame of it.
Yeah.
When you see the moment of that they snapped up, it's like, how does that end up being a catch?
Yeah.
And here's the lesson, Myles, before I shut up and let you talk. You don't go for the interception there if you're the defensive back. Your goal there is knock the ball down. Don't try to catch it. You slap it away.
But, I mean, he's trying to make sure that Justin Jefferson doesn't catch it. That defies the laws of physics in my mind. The more I see it, the more I'm just confused on how that is physically possible that Justin Jefferson could possibly have made that catch. I mean, it's not like the defender's trying to do something that's unreasonable there. I mean, why in the world should Justin Jefferson make that catch? Again, physically, how is that possible? And I don't know if, you got to knock it down or what. It doesn't matter. You're trying to make sure he doesn't catch the ball. It's job number 1. And I don't think that he's doing a bad job of that. It's just that Justin Jefferson did something that we've never really seen before. I've never seen anything like
David
that.
Tyree
Mike,
was the closest. David Tyree was the closest.
I guess, but even at least with the I understand the physics of that, where it's like he's pushing it against his helmet. Like, that makes sense to me. I mean, I guess it's just, you've got one player's got the ball in one hand and the other player's got two hands on it, and you're just sandwiching it together. And that's what makes it not hit the ground. But I look at it, and the more I look at it, the more I'm still confused as to how in the world that catch happened.
Well, and the thing that defied physics at the end of the Tyreek catch was how it didn't touch the ground. This is everything. Right. Everything from how he pulls it from two hands and then rests it away. Wow, that's the thing. He's resting it away from the DB while they're going down to the ground. Unbelievable. And that's one of those moments where it reminded me of the Jermaine Kearse catch late Super Bowl 49 that we forget about because of what happened after that. But when you have a moment like that, it develops an expectation that team is going to win the game. Whoever pulls off something like that, they're going to win the game. But there was still plenty of work to be done. That's the thing. This was just a minor detour on the way to the zaniness to still come. That's what makes that catch even more memorable. That was just like the first oh shit moment. I have 10 minutes. That was the first moment of that nature, and there were still more. And it was like it was never going to end. That's what made that catch even more memorable, that it was just the first of a giant domino to fall and knock these other, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Dominoes over.
Yeah, I was scanning Peter King's column, Football Morning in America. Of course, you can read that at profootballtalk.com.
Well done.
And the funny thing to me is that Justin Jefferson said to him, before that play, Kirk Cousins said to me, I might just have to throw this up to you. That's like, wow, Kirk Cousins really just ran the F it. Justin Jefferson's down there somewhere play. And by golly, it worked, man. Like, that is crazy.
But you know what? When you've got arguably the best receiver right now in the NFL, and what happens yesterday, a game like yesterday elevates you. It's not like, well,
it sure does.
Oh, somebody else could have done it, but he did it. He did it. That achievement, that moment, 193 receiving yards, becoming the first player in NFL history to have 20 100-yard receiving games in his first 3 seasons, the first to have 7 150-yard receiving games in his first 3 seasons with 8 games left. It was Randy Moss and OBJ with 19 100-yard games. It was OBJ, I believe, and Lance Allworth with 6, or it was Moss and Allworth with 6. So it's just crazy. And he tied Moss and Allworth getting to 4,000 yards in 42 games. It's just amazing. And it's kind of been quiet. It was quiet the first 2 years because the Vikings weren't winning. There was this aura of dysfunctionality around the Vikings, so you didn't really get to appreciate Justin Jefferson the way that you should have because they didn't get to the playoffs. They've been disappointing. I remember there was a kind of a moment late last year. I thought, boy, if this keeps up, he's going to do the Stephon Diggs tweet my way out of town thing, and I'm not going to blame him. So that all changes with the Kevin O'Connell regime and what they've done this year. This is just like magical. This is the Minneapolis Miracle, which was one moment in time, extended over the course of weeks, culminating in what we saw yesterday. And who knows where it goes from here. And I was telling my son that last night, who's going to the game next week. I told him, of all weeks to be going to Minnesota for your first Vikings game there, that dome is going to be louder than ever. And who knows, it could all fall apart next week. That's, that's my pessimistic nature, forged by 50 years of witnessing the various ways that the heart can be torn out of the chest cavity and shown to you, Om Shiba style. But that's another movie from the 80s that I'm sure you don't know about. But it makes Justin Jefferson right now, he's the guy. I don't care what anyone else can do. He did. He's him, as Stephon Diggs said.
There you go.
Earlier this year. I'm him. He's him.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure is. But I mean, it's funny because all of these catches were just brilliant. I mean, I don't recall a game usually where you see a guy have 10 catches and basically all of them are just such high level, like going across the middle. That catch was almost as brilliant as the one that defies physics right there when he's going into the red zone. And I mean, look at the way he's just got basically no separation, still makes the catch, still gets the feet down in bounds. every single catch it seemed like was just so high level and so good. And, for my money, I've been saying a long time now, Stephon Diggs is the best receiver in the NFL. But I mean, my God, when Justin Jefferson does that on that same field, I kind of got to hand over the crown right now. I mean, my goodness, everything that Justin Jefferson did in that game was so high level, was so elite that it's hard for me to say that any receiver right now is playing better than Justin Jefferson.
It was funny, Myles, last week when Kirk Cousins was talking about the events that culminated in Stephon Diggs wanting a new opportunity for himself. And look, it was about Kirk. I mean, Kirk knows it. Kirk is not going to come out and say it. He's not wired to do that. But it was the same day Kirk got his first extension from the Vikings. That's when Diggs started tweeting his way out of town. And I know enough from sources with knowledge of the situation to know that it was about Diggs just not being all in with Kirk Cousins. And, Kirk has always been a guy who was kind of at a plateau, somewhere in the second tier. Now, hey, moments like yesterday punch you through. Remember the comment from Kwesi Adofo-Mensah from July that was viewed widely as a slap at Kirk? It's like, well, you either have Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or you don't, and we don't. That was basically what he said. And it's kind of a challenge thrown down the gauntlet. So, there's a freedom with which we're seeing Cousins play that we've never seen before. And when you have a guy that you can trust in one of those I'm just going to throw it your way moments, and it works, that gives everybody confidence. And that's the other side of this, too. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.